from Life for the Meaning. I had to think about it then. We've got Jeff. We've got Chili Jam Jeff, everyone knows him in the corner over there. We've got Steve from Narrowboat, Changing Pace.
Yes.
Sol from Barely Floating in the bottom corner. And basically, we're just going to go around and have a little chat with what's been going on in the last, since we were meant to last week, but I completely forgot, so sorry about that. And then we'll go around and see what everyone's been up to, see if anyone's had any problems they've solved or not solved or want help with. So we've got 7 people watching so far, and then at the end we'll catch up with any comments on the side. In fact, I need to see where they are because right. So we start with Jeff in the top corner.
Right. So been out a few times. I've got a couple of problems. Well, both of them I think you know. One is the batteries. I need to get new batteries. My mate's getting some for us, so we might be able to do a deal if we buy them all together. And the other problem I've got is every time it rains, it fills the bilge up. I don't know where it's coming from, but as soon as it rains, the bilge fills up.
And Jeff's boats are trad as well. So and all of his runs are clear.
And the drain pipes down to the outside. I've dug all them out. As soon as it rains, it fills out.
We have had some heavy rain though, haven't we?
Yeah, but even so, it shouldn't do that.
How much is it?
I need to get under there when it's raining and see where it's coming from because it's ridiculous. Hoover it all out, mop it all out. It's lovely and dry. Today that'll be full up again.
Really? How much is it putting in there? How much? About a litre?
About 2 litres.
2 litres of water.
Yeah.
It's a small area as well, and it's only the bit around the edges that's the little panel. I can't see. It's not. How far is your build line above the water level? Is it quite really high?
I don't think it is above the water level. I think it's below it, and it ain't the stern gland leaking. I've checked that.
No. Well, it all the time,
it only does it when it rains.
Anyone else? I don't know. I don't have that.
Ours does when it rains. Ours does when we're boating and we haven't got back cover on. But ours is a cruiser stern, so I've got a lot of area, and with our boat being arse heavy, the self-draining decks don't always work if it's heavy rain. But I've never known it on a trad stern.
So you lift when you stand normally, you lift that up, and there's like a guttering, if you like, all the way around it for the rain to go in between the gaps, if you like. And in each corner, there's like 2 drain holes each corner. I've put wire down it, cleaned all the holes out, seen the wire coming out, blown down it, lovely and clear. As soon as it rains, it's back.
It is a bit of a. The only thing I wonder where it would be worth laying, like taking it up, mate, putting a massive piece of cardboard under there, and then when it rains, seeing if it's where it's getting wet.
Get a hose pipe on it.
It's what?
Get under there. Get a hose pipe on it.
Put a big bit of cardboard though, and you might see the area that's coming in.
It's just so annoying because you get it all nice and dry. It's lovely, and then all of a sudden it's back.
Yeah.
Have you got a bilge pump in there, Jeff?
Yeah.
As it comes out, it always pumps out.
Yeah,
I saw it last week, or the other week, didn't I? Had about another litre in there again.
Yeah, two times this weekend when we were out. Mind you, we did out again. We had some hard rain.
When you were out, did you have some? Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, we had some. Luckily, we was in the pub where it really come down. But when I had to pump out again.
Yeah, that's always handy.
Have you tried? Is it on an hinge? Your deck board on an hinge, or does it come up all together?
No, where you stand, you open the doors and get in over the engine, if you like, on the deck boards, and then and you can lift. You can lift where you stand up. It's on a hinge.
Yeah, it's on a hinge.
You know where the underneath of the deck board is?
Yeah.
Have you tried putting some like foam on where it sits on your draining, so it seals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think what I remember of don't quote me, but where the channel ends, I think there's a blanking bit of metal, so it can't go that way.
Yeah.
Like a stop. So if it filled up with water, it wouldn't go that way until it went over the top, and it can't go over the top because the drains are all emptied.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's if your deck board's not actually sitting down onto the to the rail.
Yeah.
If it's getting on the deck board and running along underneath that deck board and dripping in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, just coming round.
Coming
underneath.
around it.
Not
Like put a bit or a seal, run a seal along ledge so it seals it
down.
Yeah. Well, like I put some rubber, like like rubber door.
Yeah.
Around it. See if that'll do it. Your batteries, by the way, I'll just say, just on that subject, I know those batteries are dear, those AGM gel batteries are dear, but Liam went from 6 to 3, and they're outperforming the 6. The 3
they're near enough twice the price, aren't they?
I don't know what he paid for them. I don't think they're twice. I think they're just. I think they were 185 or 190 quid each.
And what's a normal lead acid pad?
Yeah, but I mean, I paid.
You can buy 2 lots of them for 1 lot of them, so you can have the same.
Yeah. I know. I think you just get a much deeper cycle out of them.
Yeah, well, whatever. Because Dale's going to. I think Dale's going to the Crick show, and he's going to have a look for his. I said, well, tell him that your mate wants 4 as well, and see if they do a deal. So we might be able to get it cheaper.
I'm not sure Quick Show will be the cheapest, personally. Yeah. You might get someone doing a deal, but I mean, I can't remember. I think I bought mine off eBay, to be honest.
I think he's got 4, I've got 4, so there's 8 batteries they'd be selling.
Yeah, no, it could be 8 batteries. You might get a deal out of them. Yeah, they do need replacing. You wake up in the morning, you've sometimes only got 10.6.
Oh, so this weekend again. I think it was going to know.
I replaced mine about 18 months ago, and it was for 5 Lucas sealed deep cycle batteries, so you can take them down to 40% state of charge, and for 5 of them it was just over 700 quid, and that were from South Yorkshire Batteries. But they are really good batteries. Really good batteries.
How many you had them there?
I've had them 18 months now, and they're still spot on. Still spot on. Yeah. So you get, I think the 106 amp hour each, but they're designed to be, took down
low
to 40%.
Yeah, so that's what.
Get more capacity out of them.
Yeah, that's what Liam was saying. He's a 120 AGMs. He was recommended. I can't remember the make of them, but he's gone from he's in a wide beam, big boat. He's got a like 48-inch TV, 2 of them I think in there, and fridge and all that. And he's gone from 6 to 3. He has got a lot of solar though on top of his boat. And he's not having to run the engine at all now. He used to have to run the engine every night, and it's not very old. The boat, it's probably only 2 years old. So, but he expanded the. I think he had 3 and a starter, and he's gone. And when he had the solar panels put in, he went for another 3. So he had 3 plus 3. He had 6 leisure and 1 starter, but they were all acid, and the 3 AGMs are far out. But then he's, he does. That's suppose the other thing. He lives on his Jeff, doesn't he? And you don't. We can't
watch. If we watch telly for an hour that in the morning, I've tried turning the fridge off. I ain't the fridge. If we watch telly for an hour at night, by the time we get up in the morning, I have to go and put the generator on because the water going. It can hardly pump the water. It's that flat.
It's down to 10. I suppose you're not getting the capacity out of it. Yeah, it definitely need changing. We'll have to sort that.
Yeah.
It might be one at batteries, Jeff, because if one at batteries has gone, it'll drag others down.
I'll just buy 4 solid.
I don't think, you can't swap one out, can you, though? Because if they're that old, they're not, weren't they meant to have been changed when you bought it?
We new batteries when we bought the boat, and then one went down, and they bought me another new one. And the one that went down, I took it to work at the time, and they recharged it and put a tester on it. There's nothing wrong with it. So that's why I've got 4 batteries now instead of 3.
You've never had an issue with the alternator or nothing, have you?
I've had a new alternator.
Yeah, you had a new. I remember you putting that. We got a brand new one, not recon.
Brand new. If I go and start the engine up and then look at the voltmeter, it's charging on that. It's not the alternator problem. It's just the batteries are not holding charge.
No.
So
They're not that old.
If I turn we've got all the battery lights, the ones like you charge up, so they've got nothing to do with the boat, electric. You turn the fridge off, so you've got nothing on whatsoever. Come the morning, you're down to 10 volts.
No, it's knackered then, isn't it? It's got.
It's not holding charge.
No, it'd be good to have a meter to see what you were drawing, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, let's get new ones.
It might be worth putting an amp, a meter on it to see what drawers coming out of it.
Oh yeah, before we change subject, have you got our chimney sweep brush I can borrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the chimney off because the top's gone rotten.
If you go, sorry, this is
no rush.
Well, it's we'll be back Wednesday, Thursday anyway. But it's in the top of me. Where my generator is?
All right.
It's in the top of that.
That's right. Now I'll wait till you come back.
Yeah, cool. So that's what Jeff's been up. Jeff, you've been out a couple of times. Didn't you just turn your boat round and stuff.
Turned it around this weekend, yeah. Only way I was smart enough, turned it round. Had a couple of nights out.
Are you going off somewhere soon?
My mate's coming in a fortnight. We're taking it. He's never been on one. So we're taking him up to the 3 locks, have something to eat. Dark up, come back here, and then the next day on the Sunday bring it back.
They're going to bring it back, yeah. So you're just doing a bit.
Yeah, so they can have a little jaunt out.
Little go. But okay, well, we'll
Dave's fell out his van. Oh no, he is.
He's there. He's
Sorry about that.
Someone's paid his the money to get him out of his van.
I left side door open because it was warm. It's just started persisting it down.
How's it? Oh, it's raining.
So I thought I better shut van.
I'm going to go to a couple of these comments only because some of them are relevant. So to what we were just talking about. Let's have a look. So I'll show this one. This is from Stephen. Says, does the alternator turn off when the batteries are fully charged? Some do. I have heard of that. When your batteries are fully charged, your alternator will shut down. Will stop charging them. Your leisure alternator.
All right.
But I don't think yours does that, does it?
No.
So no, I don't think that's an issue on that. I just think the batteries are shot. So, and then this one, I think we've already answered this question, but Alan says, I have the same on my shared boat. There's a partial drip from the prop depending on where it finishes after stopping the engine. Oh, so basically if his prop ends up in a certain place, so that's where you run. Yeah, yours hasn't even moved, does it? So it's nothing to do with the prop shaft, which you had in the stern gland done anyway. But I know that can be a problem. But it's obviously is only doing it in a certain area. So when it stops in a certain place, it must be slightly warm. But no, thanks for that, Alan. It's not that. And then we've got. I knew Louise would be on heckling. There she is. Hello, everybody. Hello, Louise. She's obviously got internet. She's obviously got a pyramid.
Yes, we obviously sorted it.
On top of you, and Dale says good evening. So that's Dale and Dawn said hello. So right, now we go to Soul now. We'll finish Jeff Soul. I know you've got a lot. I've got a bit of catching up with your videos, too. I haven't seen the last couple, but I've heard you've had a few issues.
Oh well, we moved again the boat after last time we moved for just to retest the engine, and she's still burning quite a lot of oil.
Really?
So we took the cylinder head off, had that taken away, reskimmed, stem seals and valve guide done, put a on. I couldn't do it because I had to have an operation on my finger.
I heard about that. Yeah.
So we ended up, I had to get my lad in to do that. He put that back on for us, and we couldn't get her going again. And she just would not start. She'd fire, but she'd just die after a couple of seconds. And I was scratching my head something chronic. Well, my lad's only young and he didn't realise about tappets or anything like that. And I'd forgotten because it's been years since I've done the cylinder head. And so I hadn't done the tappets. So anyway, we got an engineer out and he sorted all that for us. And we set off again. And I was hoping it'd cure all the oil issues, but it's not. So
rings in,
we've got, once it gets warm, gets to like 80 degrees, the oil pressure goes down to about 20. So
that's not. You wouldn't worry about that.
You ain't got a breather, have you, on the side of the engine?
What's that?
You ain't got a crank breather on the side of the engine that's blocked?
No, not that we're aware of. No, because engineers looked at it, he said everything's fine. What we think it is, pistons 2 and 3. When we put, because we cleaned out the pots, but 2 and 3, all the WD just leaked straight through into the engine before we had time to clean it out. So we reckon it could be
or piston ring.
we think it's piston rings on it, but anyway, she's going to have a bottom end rebuild at some point, but we'll manage for now.
Yeah, because do you know what? Because the oil pressure in ours is, as when it first starts, is only ever 30, 35, 40 tops, and by the time
we're up in 60s.
If we're cruising for a long time, when I go and tick over, ours is down to 10. And I mentioned it to somebody it could be a gauge, or it could be, I mentioned it to when it last went in to be blacked. I mentioned to the guy there that was a mechanic. The alarm never goes off. The low pressure alarm never goes off. And he said, I won't worry about it.
No. Well, we're hoping.
A bit like that.
We're hoping that what'll happen is we'll once we get it, I've done our 50 hours, then we can recheck it all again, and hopefully it'll have settled in. But we think it's probably going to need a bottom end. We've got a leak on the bottom end anyway, so it's one of them. Might as well have it out and get it done while it's.
Is it a BMC or
just a bit? It's
the BMC. Yeah,
1500, isn't it? So?
Yeah.
This what?
1500.
The 1.5.
1500 BMC.
Yeah, ours was a 1500 BMC.
1.5. Yeah.
Does it start all right though? As in, doesn't need easy start to start.
It's struggling to start now. It didn't do before, but it's struggling now. But we think it's not set up right. Possibly, it's just not quite set up right.
Because ours was awful. Our first one was, we always had to give it a sniff. I tried that. I read loads of recommendations on that stuff that people say that add to the oil. Had really good ratings for old BMC engines, and it's like a liquid metal that goes in the oil, and it reseals the cylinders and stuff. I can't remember the name of it. And our boat, after I put it in, she almost started on her own. She, you know what I mean? I'd have to crank it for so long, and what was happening, which I didn't realise at the time, because I was cranking it for so long, the diesel, I was filling the pots with diesel, which was going into the sump. Yeah. So I had to drain it all out. But it has so many. If you go on the site, it gets so many people say how good it is, but I mean, obviously, it won't beat a rebuild, but I think the trouble is once you start using it, you're then committed.
Yeah.
You've got to keep using it. So they reckon it relines the bores and all sorts. And it did work. We stopped smoking and everything. We stopped smoking. I mean, Jeff will probably have more experience of that stuff than me. But it did stop smoking. Yeah.
It's take the head off again now, then.
It's what?
It's going to take the head off again now. He's having the bottom end done.
Yeah. You're going to just
I'm not doing it. I don't think this is going to carry on.
You got to take top off again.
Yeah, probably.
an engine art job, innit? Doing bottom end, you know, be able to do it in boat.
Yeah, it's going to come out that, yeah. So it's just the way it goes. We thought we might have to, so.
That's only money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would it be not
Well, I might take
cheaper
it out
getting a
and get that
reconditioned engine, Sol?
What,
Would
get a
it-
recon?
That's going to now.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I might as well just refurb the bottom end. It says the original engine with bolts. So, we'll just do that. I could have
Now
bought
you
a 1.8,
BMC.
but you just think, well, we spent sort of like 700 quid.
Right.
So-
That's not too bad.
No,
It could be
I done
worse.
most of it myself. Yeah. Well, a full rebuild at Crick is about 3.5-4 grand.
Jesus Christ.
I would get another end. I would get another end. If it was me.
What's
If
a
that was,
reconditioned engine, Sol?
What's
Have you
that?
priced up a reconned engine?
The 1.8 I was looking at was about 2.5 grand.
just supply, yeah.
Yeah, just supplied, so I'd have to have it fitted and what have you. But I'm going to talk to an engineer and see what his price is to rebuild bottom end. See where we go from there.
Yeah. I suppose anything with a 1.8, you might have a bit more grunt. A little bit. Not a lot, a little bit.
I want that V8.
Some-
though. I might get this V8 3.9 on these
Hang
dimensions.
on a second. Have you seen that comment? Hang on, let me show you the comment. This is from John. He said, "I've got a good V8 3.9 that'll fit." There you go. Look, there's
No,
one there.
I'd hate to see
What
it size at prop.
Yeah.
You'd need to match that up with.
Yeah. Well, I think you might be hitting the bottom with that.
Yeah.
Like that, but yeah, no, he's a hold on, right, yeah. So you're gonna get it taken out. You're gonna just go with it this year and just see what you can get out, see what you can do. How much are you using? How much oil are you using?
We use it once a week, twice a week. We'll sail about. So we've got a big holiday coming up. Well, we're doing the full length of the Lanky from top to bottom and then back up to the top again next month.
Next month.
So that'll give it, get it up to its
We'll see what happens. We'll see what.
We're going to do the full trip
see-
before everything gets shut.
Yeah. Have you been out on it much? Have you been out on it much?
Into then we can. No, we the trouble we had because it was 4 weeks we were stuck without Ed because parts are a nightmare to get hold of.
They were quite easy to get
Company
hold
we
of.
sent it to, they just couldn't get the part.
I thought they were quite easy to get hold of on
They
those
used to
BMCs.
be, but everybody's struggling at the minute. From what I've been told, it's hard to get hold of them at the moment. I don't know whether it's because
Right,
they're coming in from Europe or they just.
Is that? Have you tried? Is it ASAP Marine? Have you seen them?
I have
Is it
seen them,
AS
but because they're going through companies, they get it all. I mean, this Lancaster engine has been going for donkey's years. They know everywhere to get hold of stuff, and he just said we're struggling. We're really. Diesel Bob was saying he said he had to go abroad to get the parts for it. I think everybody's
Diesel
fixing
Bob?
engines at the moment.
Did you say Diesel
Yeah.
Bob? I used to have another
Diesel
friend.
Bob.
We used to call him Diesel Den. I'm going to just put this up for anyone that's
The
watching.
company outside Ridgecrest.
They can catch up with any of Sol's vlogs. There's your link. So if anyone wants to click on that link while we're chatting, I've also got Dave's link. If people want to catch up, we'll put that up in a second as well. There we go. I'll put them both. I'll put that one up as well. There's Dave's. If anyone wants to catch up with Dave's link, Dave's Amazon is Amazon. Dave's videos. That's the link there as well. So I'll put them back up in a minute at the end as well. But yeah. So what is that? So you're back home at the moment? Are you just at home?
just for this evening, yeah, we're back on the boat tomorrow. We might do a bit of night. We'll see how it goes.
Weather permitting.
Yeah, we're heading up towards Churchfield Locks.
Yeah. Cool. Well, anyway, no one's got that sort of major headache anyway, luckily enough. You're the only one with a big engine failure by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you'll get it sorted.
Yeah.
We'll move over to Dave then. See Dave in the darkness there.
Yeah. No issues with boat really, little niggly things, but we've had more problems with canals than we have with boat.
Yeah,
as you know, when we saw you a couple of weeks ago, BMW's in canal and locks being broke.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're through Manchester now. We finally got through Manchester. Flooded Piccadilly as we came down Rochdale Canal. It's usually empty water. You usually struggle with water levels down there. And every pound we flooded when we come down, we got too much water.
Really?
So, but we touch wood, the boat's gone all right. Little bit of a leak here and there on one at Windows and Arch, but hopefully I sorted them this weekend. But I don't think we've had any major problems. But
where you going?
Be honest, we haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah, where you heading to? Where are you off to?
We're heading up Salisbury. We're heading to Liverpool. We're just before the junction of the Rufford branch at Leeds, Liverpool. So we're heading into Liverpool end of August, and then hopefully we're going to come out of Liverpool, go up Rufford branch, Ribble Link, and into Sol's neck at Woods.
You're going to do the Ribble Link?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna brave the Ribble Link, and but we've been told there's a lack of water on Lancaster at the moment. I don't know if that's true, Sol.
It was pretty low, but we've had a lot of rain, so I think it's filling back up again.
Yeah,
she was very low at one point. Yeah,
I hope Louise is going to video all of that Ribble Link.
Oh yeah, she will. No fear of that. No, yeah. It's something that we were going to do earlier in the year, and then there were some stoppages, and then it's just been every time we've planned to do anything this year, it's gone tits up. So, but not because of the boat, just because of stoppages. I mean, you can't sort of like legislate for people driving BMWs into canal in front of bridges and locks being down. So it's been a frustrating last 5 or 6 weeks for us. We haven't really got anywhere.
I think it's because it's been busier. There's more boats on the network, just because people are
not where we are. I think we were stuck for 5 weeks at Littleborough where you met us, and I think in them 5 weeks we saw 12 boats.
That's not a lot at all, is it?
No.
Yeah, Lanky's quiet.
Really?
They're putting that down to duckweed. A lot of boats that are raw water cooled are overeating because the duckweed's clogging up all impellers and that. So
is it?
It's been quiet.
Luckily, we're not. We don't suffer from that. So I think we're going to brave it. I think we're going to go up and we'll probably call in and see her at some point.
That'll be grand.
Yeah, that'll be that. So how far away are you from Sol are you at the moment?
So where the Liverpool link or the Leeds Liverpool goes up and over Wigan and down into Liverpool, there's a junction called Burscough Junction that goes up the Rufford link.
Right.
and we're just before that junction. So we could probably be on Lancaster by end of week if we wanted to. But
Yeah.
we were talking to a boater where we moored on Sunday, and he's been waiting all year to do Ribble Link, and he was supposed to be doing it on Sunday, and they cancelled his crossing because of weather.
Yeah, it is a bit. You know, they do have. It's a bit particular. Sometimes you'll get loads of crossings, and then other times you'll get hardly any. All depends on weather.
Yeah.
So it'll be September time we decide what we're doing, and so hopefully, if weather's all right and water levels are up, we'll be up that way.
It must be just that.
About October, don't we?
I'll just show you this comment, and this is very true. Stephen said, "Come along the Oxford and Napton. It's like the M1." It is. I must admit, we went in June, obviously down the Oxford, and it was busy. I would hate to think what it's like in the summer holidays. I would. There's so many rental companies along that stretch, and we at one point we were queuing for one lock. It was single locks. There were 6 boats in front of us waiting to go through, and that was in June. That wasn't even in holidays.
Yeah, Dale's just said he had a 21-hour wait at Watford Locks.
Well, just from being busy, I would bet. Well, that's because they're manned, aren't they, Watford Locks?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, we've been through that.
Yeah, I presume there's only so many boats that will go for a day.
They do. I think you have to book in. They do so many up, and then so many down, and then so many back up again.
21 hours. That's a day, isn't it? It's a day wait. I must admit, it has been. I mean, I think it's obviously busier down our way, but on the Oxford and that Napton flight and around there, there's a little group of there's Napton Boat Hire, there's Canal, there's Black Prince, there's about 10 different companies in that area that hire boats out.
Yeah,
and it is very, very busy. It is very busy. So, what's that Dale saying? What did Dale say that? Mainly due to the reduced hours, but still a long wait for a holiday boat. Yeah. So, yeah, Watford had a sinkhole on Lock 4 apparently. So it obviously got some issues going up there. Watford Lock's only open 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. 6 down and 6 up. That's not long at all, is it? 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's only 5 hours. That's a right bottleneck at the moment. Then. I'm not going to go that far up at the moment anyway. So, but what me and Lisa were just talking about actually was we're thinking of doing, if the canal lets us, is going to Stratford on in winter, in January. Doing some winter cruising.
Right.
What do you think?
Is it something you've done before, Glenn?
No.
We've
moved the boat in March. Our first boat we moved in March from Birmingham to Northampton. Right at the beginning of March. Right at the beginning of March? Yeah, I think it was right at the beginning of March. We moved it over a week. Obviously, it's got to be down to stoppages and anything else. But I think she just fancies doing it in the winter to see what it's like out for a month.
It's only the ice will stop you.
It's what?
It'll be only the ice that'll stop you. If there's ice
in January.
In January.
It stopped the Titanic, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be the only thing that's in January. It could be. You don't tend to get much ice for Christmas, but I think she wants to go. She wants to leave between Christmas and New Year. So we'll have to
You
see
wanted
what
to do that
happens.
last year, didn't you? Well,
Well, yeah, Sue Epton said the only problem with winter cruising is the stoppages. We'd check that. I suppose anything is if you get stoppages when you after you've left. I suppose you just have to check them every day.
Yeah,
But
I think they put them out quite early, don't they? Where they're gonna do maintenance. They only put them out sort of like October time, so you can sort of like plan around them if you sort of like if you're determined enough.
Yeah, I'll have a word with her. I don't mind. We'll give it a go. We've never done it before, so our boat originally, when the people that bought our boat originally from Australia, they started on the 31st of December. They started cruising, and they pretty much cruised the whole, right through the winter. And they didn't really get many stoppages where they couldn't, keep going. So they did quite a bit of the network in that first 6 months, right up to June. So we'll give it a go, see how it goes. So
They do try and keep the network open for continuous cruises. I think they sort of like there's always a way to get around it. You know what I mean? If they have a stoppages on certain places, there's always a way to get around it.
I remember the stoppages when our boat was due to be delivered down in the November. We couldn't go in the way round. If we couldn't get through King's Lock on the Leicester bit, with the diversion was 65 miles. It was 65 miles and something like 9 days. It was a long other option. If we missed, they opened it for 3 hours for one day, and it just happened to be the day that my daughter was getting married. So we had to pay a skipper to bring it through in the end.
Yeah.
So that we'd right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through some of these messages now that we've had. Sue says, basically, the 15th of August winter stoppages and schedules are announced. So that's quite early. That's like next week. So
I didn't think they were that early to tell you the truth.
We'll try it. I'll have a look. And Wayne says, I've booked a narrowboat break for next weekend on the Lancaster. Should I be concerned about the weed salt? And have you got any advice?
It depends. Depends if it's raw water cooled. You'll have to really keep on top of clearing all the weed out of the raw water impeller thing. Other than that, if you're in a normal narrowboat, it's only duckweed, and it has started to get busier, so it is getting churned up. But the more people that smash it, the better. Really, it's
not many high boats raw water, are they? I don't think.
There's not many on there. I don't think in the high. Depends who we have, but I'm pretty sure they're all keel cooled, so they can smash it all up. It's just a bit of reverse and away it goes. But
is it much of an issue around the prop?
Not really, no, because once you give it a blast of reverse, it usually clears it. But the duckweed on top, there's only sort of like a couple of inches below it. It's like fine tendrils that go down like roots.
Right.
But they don't seem to do so bad with ours. We just, like I say, bit of reverse and they're gone. But with raw water ones, it's killing them. The engine's overheating everywhere. So as long as he's, if he can follow a boat through, that's usually a good idea as well. Yeah,
absolutely. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, Wayne. I think you'll be all right, mate. Here's another one. I don't know if anyone's been down. I haven't been. I've heard different stories about. So Alan's going to the head Coventry Basin next month. We have booked some more in there. What does the group think travelling the Coventry Arm? Has anyone been there?
No, it's not somewhere we've been.
Bit too south.
No, we've done Coventry Canal. It's just we've never done the Arm.
I've heard in some places it can be a little bit. A lot of the hire boat companies. There's certain places in Coventry that they advise you not to stop. But I presume that would be the same anywhere.
Yeah, you find that anyway. I think if you sort of like look at area and you think, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, you know what I mean. You wouldn't stop. You've got to use your common sense, ain't you? Really.
Yeah.
But I've heard they've cleared Coventry Basin out. There's quite a few Facebook forums that are sort of promoting it, and it's supposedly quite good in Basin. Lots of facilities there and pubs, and I think there's a supermarket and a theatre near there. So
Yeah.
I think they are trying to do something about their reputation.
All right, here you go. He said it's got a reputation for shopping trolleys and mattresses.
Yeah,
in that order.
Yeah. I think. Well, you know, I think you get that anywhere. I mean, anywhere there's urban thing. I think anyone, you know, especially if it backs onto a lot of houses and a lot of shopping centre and kids, and that you're going to get. I think you're going to get that anywhere, aren't you? Really. But I suppose you say you just got to keep your eyes open for that. So I think you'd be all right, Alan. You've got to give it a go, mate. So Sue says, actually, there you go. Look, Sue says that Foxes have just been Coventry Basin and they enjoyed it, but heard there is quite a bit of rubbish in the canal. So that just confirms the other bit. I think you just got to keep your wits about you a bit and see what you go over. I know maps is particularly a nightmare if they get stuck around your prop. So I know quite a few people have had to have them cut off.
Yeah, we had a quilt round our prop in Birmingham in a lock. That were interesting.
A quilt.
A quilt, yeah.
Did that take a little bit of hacking?
Oh yeah, it took me 3/4 of an hour to get that off, with help of another boater as well.
Really?
Yeah, that were interesting.
Yeah,
I think you can get that anywhere. It's as soon as you feel your boat hitting something, just knock it out of gear and let it coast past it, so your prop's not moving to pick any crap up. That's what we've learned to do.
What, as soon as you're saying at the front?
Yeah, if you're going through a bridge hole and you hear something and you think, oh, there's something underneath boat, just knock your prop off and glide through it so your prop's not moving to pick the stuff up. That's tended to work for us when we've been in
the narrowboat change of place, and we were doing the BCN at a timed event. Was that when it happened?
That's when it happened, yeah.
All right, so that held you back a bit.
Yeah, and boat behind us. I think that's why he helped us, actually, because he couldn't get any further. But it's. I mean, we've had all sorts around prop wherever we've been, and I think we hit a car in Birmingham as well.
What, in the canal?
In the canal, on Old Line. Couldn't see it.
Really?
Couldn't see it, but the boat hit something and come to a dead stop, and everything went in boat. It just hit something rock solid. Must have been a car. It was unbelievable.
Move around it.
Yeah, we ended up going around it.
Louise says it was a massive speed hump.
Yeah, it was a massive speed hump. Yeah,
it was a speed down day.
When if you miss it going into a lock and you hit wall and boat shudders, it will like that. It will like hitting.
Something hard.
It's something hard, and boat stopped immediately. It didn't sort of like ride up over it or out like that. It just stopped dead.
Really? Shit.
Unbelievable. I've never known anything like it in my life.
Did you just go round it, back up and go round it, or
We just sort of like, when we recovered from shock, we just sort of like steered round it and went forward really gingerly and thought, well, we passed it now. We reported it to CRT from where we were, but that were a bridge hole, or that were just in middle of Old Line in Birmingham. Don't know how it got
a road or a field near it where you could run a car into it.
Not really, no. I've never known.
Might have been a safe.
Eh?
It might have been safe.
Might have been a submarine.
Yeah.
I don't know. For a 16-ton narrowboat, to stop a 16-ton narrowboat's dead stop, it's got to be something heavy and big.
Yeah. Because even a car you'd think would shunt along a little bit.
I don't know, but it stopped us dead. So that, but I don't think a reputation or a canal should stop you going anywhere, because
I don't think so.
you go, if you don't like it, you turn around and or carry on or come back, don't you? You just got to use your common sense. But if nobody uses these, that's one of the reasons we're doing silver propeller. If nobody uses these disused arms and play out where places, we're gonna lose them. So you've got to use them. Yeah, you've got to try it.
I think that happens on the Aylesbury arm. The Aylesbury arm didn't get used a lot in lockdown at all, because it's a dead end and it's 15 locks in it, Jeff, I think.
We only got halfway.
15. It's about 15 locks down to it, and it's a dead end, so people don't go down it. So when in the summer, you literally get left with the narrowest bit of like weed, and it's terrible for weed, and it puts people off going down there. But the more people that go down there, the less weed it would have, because obviously it'd get chopped up. But they just don't. So and it's really nice at the end as well. It's really nice in Aylesbury Town Centre. So, and plenty of room and all the facilities are really nice down there as well. You got a Waitrose right next to you.
The
more into the end is a Waitrose.
It's full up with boats at the moment.
Is it down the end?
Yeah, it's full up.
Is it? That's
somebody's using it then.
Yeah. They're all single locks, so it's nice. It's a nice quick lock to get through, and there seems to be always plenty of water down there. So, but anyway, I think we've rattled on long enough. What's the time? Well, look, 10 to 8. I will let everyone go. Thanks everyone for all your comments. Thanks, Chili Jam Jeff. I'm sorry, I have to call you that, mate. Until you get yourself a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I haven't got time for that now.
We'll call it Narrowboating with Chili Jam Jeff. See, that would work.
Retirement with Chili Jam Jeff.
Yeah. Well, that's not long, mate. That's not long. And thanks, Sol from Barely Floating, and Dave from Changing. I always think Narrowboat Changing Pace. Right. Yes. I'll get told off while I look. Right. And we'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for your comments. See you later, guys.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.